Hello, my name is Erod Wetham, journalist extraordinaire. Tonight, my guest is Dr. Matthew Dorey, palliative care consultant in the Northern Ireland Hospice. Please, you're very welcome. Hello, and thank you for having me. We have asked you to come in and tell us about the implications of coronavirus to Northern Ireland Hospice. Can you expand, please? Yes, well, thank you. Just before, though, I say anything, I want to caveat that although a consultant in palliative care, I'm not a virologist or an epidemiologist, rather a simple doctor who has read about the subject with the freely available data and has been asked to try and explain and relay the facts as we know them at this time, which I emphasize is rapidly changing. And if you don't mind me saying, quite right you are. Please proceed. Well, let's start from the beginning. It's called COVID-19. That's a classification acronym. CO for corona, V for virus, D for disease, and 19. That's the year it was founded, 2019. It's a new virus, transposed across from animals in a wet, that means a live market in China. Because it's new, no one has immunity to it, to slow it down. It's a lipid-covered virus, which is important, because that means soaps and alcohol-based gels of greater than 60% are very effective at destroying it. Okay, very interesting science. But how dangerous is it? Am I going to die? That's a tough question, Erod, and one I need to unpack. But the overall answer is, it is very unlikely. I'll talk through the statistics with you, which we have so far. You can look these up yourself at Worldometer. You have probably heard the death rate is between 1 and 3%. Well, let's break that down a little. The biggest thing to be thankful for is it's not affecting children, really. We are not sure of the reasons, but no one has died under the age of 10. And then at age 10 to 20, your risk is 0.2%. 30 to 40, it's still 0.2%. 40 to 50 years old, it's 0.4%. 50 to 60, it's 1.3%. 60 to 70, 3.6%, 70 to 80, 8%, and 80 plus is 14%. Why am I telling you this? Well, it's a horrible disease, but it is not overall killing the children or the vast majority of the working age groups. Rather, it is the older, the frail, with comorbidities. I believe we have responsibility to protect the older population. Indeed, that is our hospice patient group. Are you saying I can go to work unwell and not worry about this? No, definitely not. I'm saying we have to pull together, Erod, and protect those people who are more at risk. We in the hospice look after the most vulnerable in society. By definition, we do. Therefore, the responsible thing to do is to be very aware of this virus and mitigate our patients' risk so we don't spread it to our patients. How do you propose we do that? Well, we have taken advice from the PHA and have a system in place. If you have been in contact with a positive patient, you are to quarantine. Phone 111 and likely receive a swab test for the coronavirus. Until that result is received back and is negative, it means you have to self-isolate. This is to protect the population and our patients. The results should be back within 12 to 24 hours or so. But what happens if you've been in contact with the person who has been in contact with that positive case? Yes, well, good question. Being 2 steps away. Now, this is specific guidance for Northern Ireland Hospice, but we have decided that if you're in contact with someone without a positive result but is being tested, our advice is also to self-isolate until the first person's swab is back. You don't, unless you've got symptoms, need to phone 111 or receive a test yourself. Rather, it is an extra layer of protection for our vulnerable patient group. Hopefully, therefore, they will only isolate for less than 24 hours. Won't that cause rumours and panic and... Oh, I sincerely hope not. Our staff are a responsible bunch, and we are asking them if going into isolation they keep that confidential, whether awaiting a coronavirus test or being in contact with someone who is having that test. What we don't want is third and fourth tiers of people speculating upon speculation who has got the coronavirus and therefore isolating ad hoc. What happens if I don't feel very well? Yeah, also a very good question. And advice surrounding this likely will change, okay? But at present, if you have no contact with a coronavirus positive patient, as discussed, and you feel generally unwell, then speak to your GP as per normal if needed. The normal infections and bugs are still going around, remember. If you think you've got the coronavirus for whatever reason, phone 111 and give your history. The symptoms, by the way, of coronavirus center around a fever greater than 38 degrees, headache, muscle aches, and importantly, a dry cough. Over the course of a week, some people, about 20%, develop shortness of breath to varying degrees. If you're feeling short of breath, which is new to you, then I would suggest phoning 111. Maybe I should just work from home and not come in. That would be better? No. Remember, we are in this together, and we're trying to protect and look after the most vulnerable in our society. And we cannot do that without you and the resources you provide. It's a balance of risks. There is still some frail, unwell and palliative patients with their needs, which still need to be addressed. And they are the ones most at risk to this virus as well. Should I be buying lots of loo rolls and soaps and hand sanitizers? If you like, but you're mad. People still need to work and earn a living. The food chains remain intact and, I've been told, are very robust. Remember, it's often not you which needs lots of soaps. It's actually everyone else. You washing your hands will do zilch in a world which is saturated with the virus. We need everyone to wash their hands. We should share sanitizer and soap. And maybe hold each other responsible for it. Also, our household has seriously low supplies of loo roll, and I feel a wee bit shy trying to buy it now. Should we panic? No, never. Not one person can solve this. But if we all pull together in spirit, I'm sure with bumps along the way, we can protect those we dedicate our lives to. Those vulnerable folk, palliative folk who need us. Long-term vaccine will come. The WHO, World Health Organization, estimate 12 to 18 months' time. And thank you, Dr. Dore. Next up is about a man who built a house full of toilet rolls and then tried to do the job.